Due to working overtime, I got home very late. It was almost 1 a.m. As I approached, the headlights of my car illuminated the wall of my house. In the faint light, I saw someone standing on the roof, a dark shadow. It seemed to be watching me from above. I wasn't sure if it was an illusion or something else, but it definitely felt like someone was standing there. As I got closer to the house, the shadow slowly moved back and disappeared. My heart sank, my hands grew cold, and I could feel my grip on the steering wheel loosening. I stopped near the house. My mind was racing with all sorts of thoughts about what I had seen. The lights were off, so it was pitch dark everywhere. I lived alone, so there was no one else in the house. Only my neighbor Rohit occasionally visited. I thought of calling him, but he was probably fast asleep by now. I kept the car running and, for the first time, looked at my own house with suspicion and fear. I kept feeling like someone had entered the house, but there was no choice but to go inside. The eerie atmosphere was enough to instill fear in any lone person. I turned off the car and slowly walked toward the door. Unable to see clearly, I turned on my phone's flashlight. The lock gleamed in the light. I reached into my pocket, pulled out the key, and unlocked the door. Even after opening it, I didn't have the courage to push the door and step into the darkness. Finally, mustering some courage, I pushed the door open. I swept the flashlight around, but no one was inside. Phew. I let out a sigh of relief, thinking I was imagining things. But as I turned, I saw 2 eyes glowing on the kitchen shelf. My heart skipped a beat. Upon closer inspection, I saw a fat black cat sitting there. It was staring right at me. I was completely terrified. Somehow, I managed to shoo the cat away. It lifted its paws as if to leave, but stopped after a few steps. Suddenly, it started growling, staring at a specific corner of the house. The way it growled was terrifying, as if it could see something. Ignoring the cat, I turned around, only to find the door wide open. I clearly remembered closing it after coming inside. Thinking it might have been the wind, I closed it properly again. I was starving, so I opened the food parcel I had brought and started eating quickly. Then I felt something. Someone was sitting on the cupboard behind me. A sound followed, and the cat, which had been on the cupboard, leapt at my food. I dodged it, and the cat fell to the floor, stood up, and stared at me again. Finally, I put some food on a paper for it. After eating, I gathered the courage to go up to the roof. When I checked, there was nothing there. I convinced myself it must have been an illusion. I came back downstairs. I was exhausted but couldn't sleep. The thought of that shadow kept haunting me. My phone's flashlight was still on. Casually, my gaze fell on the switched-off TV. In the faint reflection on the TV screen, behind my blurry image, that same shadow was standing. I tried to scream, but no sound came out. It felt like an electric shock coursed through my body. I jumped up and ran straight toward the door. I had unlatched it from the inside, but it wouldn't open. In a panic, I ran to the bedroom, hid inside the wardrobe, and locked it. I sat there, clutching my knees, covering my mouth, trembling. Everything started making sense now. At night, I often felt like someone was sleeping beside me. Sometimes I felt like someone was constantly watching me. The sound of breathing near my ear when I woke up in the middle of the night. I had dismissed it all as imagination until now, but today it was all becoming clear. I was never alone in this house, and maybe today I had become unwanted to it. I lost track of time. Trapped in the wardrobe, I was drenched in sweat. Fear overwhelmed me, and I was on the verge of tears, but I tried my best to stay calm. Suddenly I heard a voice, "Raja, where are you hiding?" And then, an eerie silence. The voice felt like someone whispering right into my ear. That same breathing sound was near my ear again, sending chills down my spine. Just then, the cat let out a loud screech. Its cry pierced my heart, and in a panic, my head slammed against the wooden back of the wardrobe. I started feeling dizzy and fainted right there. Hours must have passed when I heard banging on the front door. The sound brought me back to consciousness. I tried to get out of the wardrobe, but the blow to my head made it impossible to move. Then someone opened the front door. I strained to listen. It was Rohit. His voice reached me. "Tanmay, where are you? It's almost dough in the afternoon. I saw your bike outside and thought you were home." The next moment, my voice replied. I wasn't feeling well, so I stayed home. But I was locked inside the wardrobe. Who was speaking in my voice outside?